Hey guys, Carlos, Dylan, Daryl, we're here bringing you another video from Generation H. And today we're going to be talking about appraisals and how I lost $80,000 in my net worth like that.
Yeah.
$80,000. It was $80,000. All right, so I'm going to give you the story. So I bought a house. I bought the house maybe, it was actually exactly about 90 days ago. So about 3 months ago, I bought the house, made some slight remodels. The previous landlord had kept it up really well. So I was getting it for what I thought was a good deal, but it was a really good deal compared to like the condition that it was in. Mm-hmm. Insulated, new plumbing, new electrical, everything just looked really clean, really good. So I did slight updates. I probably did about $15,000 worth of updates. The appliances, painted the whole thing, fixed it up, cleaned it up, new doors, that kind of stuff. So it cleaned up really well. The numbers are, I bought it for $115. Okay. Yep. I put about 15 into it, so I'm into it for $130. There's closing costs, holding costs, all of that. So let's call it that we're in at about $142. Let's call it $145.
Okay.
Right? All right. So we're at $145 with back end closing and everything. That's what I'm going to be at, $145. Right. So with that, I waited till about 90 days because the lender that I like to use makes you wait 90 days before you close. So right at about 65, 70 days, I started doing my paperwork. And then I get an appraisal, which I've done with the same company, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times. And it's always worked out. The appraiser came out. It was a new person, never dealt with this person before, even though it's the same company. They do outsource their appraisal companies, right? So it's not in-house. There's always a third party. So I had always lucked out and always had the same individual come out to all of them. But this was a new guy. I immediately felt like there was something weird. It was a rainy day. It was just like, it was off, right? So I was really worried walking away. I was like, I don't feel like it's going to work out. Like, he walked around, but he was just like frustrated that he was like getting wet and frustrated about his day. It just seemed like he was having a bad day. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to think much of it. And whenever I apply for a loan, I write down how much I think the assessed value is going to be after the fact. So I wrote down $245. Mm-hmm. I bought it for a good deal. I mean, if I think that it's valued at $245 based on the comps and everything, and I bought it for $115, and I made small improvements, I mean, I should be good to go, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, because we're comparing it to other houses in that market. Not what I bought it for, but other houses in that market that are similar. So I wait, probably like 5 days, and then I get an appraisal report that comes back, and it says 165 or 160.
Are you serious?
So 245 is what you thought.
245 is what I thought the appraisal was going to be, and it came back at 160.
I just can't believe that. Like, that's so far off that it doesn't even make sense.
So did you look back at the comps that you originally pulled and
do you still think it's 240?
Yeah, do you still think it's 245?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, it's still over 200. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, it's definitely over 200. Can you argue the 245? Yeah, but it'd be like 225. So like, there's a small margin, would have been like a 10% margin.
225, you'd have been like,
I'd be okay with that. I'd walk away with money at 220.
Yeah. Was there tenants in the property when you did the appraisal?
No, it was vacant.
What?
Usually that makes it better too.
I thought it would.
So that makes it better every time.
I thought it would, but I don't know. Some of the floors are a bit distressed. So, like, maybe they saw that more so.
And so you dug into the actual appraisal. What condition? Because there's
C4.
Oh,
is what
really?
they gave me.
So C4 is the worst one, isn't it? C1?
No, there's
C1's the best, like new construction.
Yeah,
new construction.
And then C2 is.
No, I think there's like up to like a C6.
Oh, there is.
Yeah. I was looking at another appraisal report today, and I think it goes all the way down to a C6. I don't know if it's different depending on the appraisers.
They put you less than middle.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
With improvements.
With all the improvements, painted cabinets.
No kidding.
Again, I mean, I will say this disclaimer. I'm used to fully renovating all of my properties.
Yep.
And this was the one that I didn't fully renovate.
Yeah.
I did make improvements.
Thank goodness
I think
you didn't
enough
fully
improvements.
renovate it, because it still might not have been that
Well,
much.
maybe if you fully renovated
I probably
it,
would have been like a
got
C2 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, you might have got 245. numbers still seem a
Still
little
seems,
crazy.
yeah, it still seems crazy.
Yeah.
That's $60,000 more dollars.
Because, but to follow that train of thought, then me investing $15,000 more dollars, $20,000 more dollars would have gotten me an $80,000 bump.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably
Not that high. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So like, you see how big
It's
of
not worth it.
That's a big discrepancy. That's
Yeah.
a big jump. So
Wow.
he was comparing me against my house is a 4.2. He was comparing me against 3 1s.
But didn't he?
Three
Doesn't he?
twos.
Didn't he add value for having that extra bedroom and extra bathroom on the appraisal report?
Yeah, he did. But some of
It's-
those 3 1s had like extra square feet. So it
Oh.
like
Kind
stuff
of
like
wash
that.
out.
It,
Average,
it'd wash out. I didn't have HVAC, so it'd minus $5,000 for that.
That's fair.
So like stuff like that. So but he was comparing me against, in my opinion, not so comparable.
yeah.
So I disputed it. So let's continue the story. Unless you have more questions.
What's your loan on the property currently? Private money loan.
135.
So if you did just accept this appraisal and you wanted to refinance it,
I would
you
have to come out of pocket 25 grand.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good.
Because I'd have to-
25.
Because my loan would be 115.
Yeah.
So then I'd have to cover that delta. the 20,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then I would have to come out of pocket
Plus
for
closing
closing.
costs.
Yeah.
So I'd have to come out of pocket about 25,000. Now, would I cash flow better at 25,000? Yes. My loan at 115 would probably put me at a mortgage at about 950
Yeah.
with
Yep.
PITI, and then I'm currently renting it at 1750.
Yeah.
So I would make $800,
Yeah.
but like 800. We're gonna do some quick math.
Yeah.
800 times 12 is what? 9,600.
9,600. Yep.
So 96 on 25,000 is not a bad return.
No, it's
Right.
not. It's not bad.
It's not a bad return.
I mean, you're
What is
getting your
that,
money
like
back in 2.5 years.
35%.
You're saying it lowered the payment by $800 bucks?
No,
No,
I'd
no,
cash
no,
flow.
your cash
Oh,
flow.
Now I'd cash flow.
Yeah.
I'm okay
Oh,
with
so
cash.
you're okay, gotcha.
I'm,
So
try-
he's
I'm
going
trying to
off
like
of-
Yeah.
reason it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you're basically getting your return on your investment at that point. It would be
After
probably
2.5
It's still a
years.
good return.
Oh, a
but,
great
yeah,
return.
but it could be a lot better return if
If
Yeah.
you had no
I
money in
I
it,
could
you cashed
potentially
for
be
$400
zero
a
money
month.
out
Yeah.
of pocket
Yeah.
and then be all positive.
right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Zero and then cash flow 400 or 500. Way better than
Yeah.
25 in cash
So
flow.
Carlos, what are you doing about it?
All right. So
Yeah.
obviously I didn't agree to it. I ran my numbers. I was just like, this is unacceptable. So I immediately called my loan processor, my contact for
Yeah.
the bank. I contacted
Broker.
him and let him know that it just wasn't something that I was okay with doing, and that we needed to find an alternative. So fortunately, they have a process for it. We've all undergone that process
Yep.
of disputing the appraisal. So it's super simple. Sent over just a 1-pager. It's probably 2 pages, but it was basically why you're disputing it, another 5 comps that you think are better comps than the ones that they used, and then any other like technicalities that they maybe missed or like things that could have been added to your comps. And then you just sign it and then it's good to go. I submitted that the very next day. They sent it, same day they sent it to me. The very next day I submitted it, and within 24 hours I got a response. Everything was updated, new dates, new timestamps, and everything. It was like our opinion, big word. Our opinion has not changed. 165 or 160.
So you're not getting a second appraisal then?
No, that was the
That's them.
Review.
hitting
Oh,
the
okay,
schedule, and
yeah,
then-
okay.
yeah.
that was a review of the first
So
appraisal.
they're playing hardball, like, hey, we're not changing our mind. This is what we really think it's worth.
Yeah. Now, while I was completing my review page, I did get a refund for the appraisal
No
Okay.
kidding.
From your
Yeah.
bank.
because it's from the appraisal company.
Oh.
No.
No, it's from the
It's
bank.
from the
You're
bank.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got $695 back.
Just because the bank realized it was unfair?
I guess.
And are you gonna? So what's going on now? Are you getting a new appraisal with that? With
Yeah,
the new bank?
so-
Are you switching lenders?
So I told him that still didn't work, obviously, and what other alternatives there were. And he suggested, my loan person suggested that I just get another appraisal. So I'd have to pay for another one. But I already got a refund.
Would you
Oh,
have to
that's
reapply for the whole loan?
No,
you
just
just-
get a new appraisal.
So now for newbies, appraisals usually cost what?
I guess mine is like 6 something.
6,
600.
yeah. So usually it's from 5 to 6.
695 is expensive.
695.
Yeah, it's usually $500 to $700, $500 to $700. So if you do want a new one, that's $1,400 in
Yeah.
appraisals. That's a lot of money.
But they refunded him, and
They
So
refunded
in your
him.
case,
Yeah.
you're very lucky because
Yeah.
when
But
I
it
did
could be
mine, they
worth
didn't
it.
refund me.
But it could absolutely be worth it if you get a new appraisal. It'll
Agreed.
cover the $700.
Yeah.
All day.
No
yeah.
problem.
And if they come up to 220, well worth every penny
Yeah.
because even
Yeah.
if you're out of pocket $1,400, that spread makes up for majority of it. Even if it came up to 200, well
Yeah.
worth it. Now you're out of pocket nothing.
So one thing I'm not sure of, and I'll follow up with you guys about, is I don't know if there is like a record of appraisals that get done within the bank that gets communicated with new appraisers.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think
can't do
so.
that. I don't think they can. do
Because
that.
I've asked appraisers if
They won't even
they would
share.
would say, wouldn't the appraiser say, yeah, someone just appraised this 3 months ago and came out with this value?
So they won't even share that information. So this last house I just had,
they're probably not allowed
I
to.
switched mortgage companies after the first mortgage company was kind of dropping the ball.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't. The old mortgage company wouldn't even let me use those appraisals for the new one. And the appraiser told us straight up, "Hey, sorry, we can't do it. We'll have to come back out and reappraise before we let you have which is total." I paid for it. Like that made no sense.
So I really hope that it was like bad day, raining out.
Yeah.
Guy was just
Or he
in
just
the
didn't know
dumps.
the area. Maybe like that's a possibility.
Yeah, because the reason that was so shocking to me was because there's houses in the street that's parallel that's a 2-1 that sold for 165.
Wow.
So if you're a 2-1, even if it's turned,
Wow.
Doesn't matter.
2-1,
Versus a
165,
4-2,
which is a
double.
normal price for a 2-1 in that pocket, in
Yeah.
that area.
Yeah.
165 to 200 is about like a 2-1. So that's why I was expecting slightly better because I'm a 4-2
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
as a driveway the whole bit,
Yeah.
right? But
And you've been
granite
doing this
countertops, like
long enough to where you're not that far off.
yeah, like
It's
I've been off before, but not by 80, not by a
Yeah.
third, not by a third of
Yeah.
my price.
it could have come in at 225, and you're like, okay, that's reasonable. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I honestly like I'd still pull all my money out at 195.
so.
So like
At the end of the day, you could afford a bad or crappy appraisal, but
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not even
that's the
crappy
worst.
at that point. That's
Yeah.
so garbage.
Yeah, so that's me losing $80,000, $85,000
Net
Wow.
worth.
in net worth.
Maybe though, not if you
Maybe.
get a new appraisal. But as long
Yeah.
as you think what it's worth and you know you can sell it for what it's worth, I wouldn't calculate that against your net worth. If you think you could actually sell it for
I guess
I-
that's how I
I
keep up with
agree.
my net worth. Though is like my appraised
Based on your
values.
So I
Yeah,
agree
I
with
know.
that because I agree with keeping it off your appraisal because you go to sell it. What if they get a crappy appraisal and now yes you sold it for 240, but now the bank's not loaning them 240.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you gotta find a new buyer.
Now
or
you
have
either got to
them-
find a new buyer
or have them
or
switch
match
lenders.
the difference.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's the other thing. That house, by no standards, could not appraise for 160.
No way. No
sorry,
way.
would not appraise for over 165. It would appraise for over 165 all day long.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine if it was on the MLS and I was trying to sell it, and I tried to sell it for 225 or
Yeah.
200, that it would appraise for 165.
Yeah, there's no way.
If
If that one went through for 165 parallel, there's no way.
2-1.
No way. Unless it was really outdated. And I know your work and it wasn't, I'm
It's-
sure, outdated. Now, did you probably do it top notch like you were flipping it? Probably not.
Yeah,
but
I
why
didn't.
would you?
Yeah, I changed all the outlets. I changed all the light fixtures. I changed all the hardware and hinges. I put
Paint.
granite countertops. Painted the
Oh, has
entire
granite
thing.
too?
Has
Jeez.
granite.
Right?
Yeah, tile
Granite alone is
tile
worth
showers.
$160.
I mean,
Wow.
like it doesn't make sense. As a
Yeah.
driveway, has a big lot.
That alone
2
is
full
160
bathrooms.
grand.
It's
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Well, we hope it works out for you, Carlos, and
Okay.
We'll have
Be
to-
careful with your appraisal.
I can't wait to hear the updated story, though. I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie.
I hope you get a
It has me
new
on the
one.
edge. Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
he gets a new appraisal, too.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to hear what it says.
you might have to switch lenders if they don't agree to that.
I don't know. I
Would
wonder if
you
I can
switch?
push a third. I wonder if I
Switch?
could push a third. Of,
Yeah.
Like
Would you switch lenders if something
yeah,
came down
I would
to
have
it?
to. I mean, if they get closer and
Yeah.
appraised at 195, I would take that. and just
Okay.
run
Yeah.
with it. I don't have to shoot for a high. I don't need to pull money out.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
long as I don't leave
break even, you're good.
$25,000.
Wow.
Yeah. That's interesting.
All right, guys.
Well, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
Like, comment, and I will
He'll keep you updated in the
update.
comments.
Yeah, I don't know. In the comments, if you guys ask, I'll answer somebody in the
Yes.
comments
Yeah.
section, and that way you guys get an update. All right, guys.
All right.
Carlos, Dylan, Daryl, Generation
H.